Hey y'all, it's Brittany. It has been a while since I last updated you on my pregnancy because I think my last video actually was all about my first trimester, and I am currently 26 weeks and 4 days, so I'm almost in my third trimester. If you have read the title, obviously you would know that our baby is missing a organ. We had our 22-week anatomy scan. This is a scan that tells you like the gender of your baby and just like checks everything, make sure everything's growing properly. And so we went and we had it. They did say he was a boy, which we already knew. We've done 2 different blood tests to know he was a boy. And everything was going good. We were, having the ultrasound. She was checking everything. And suddenly she got kind of quiet. I didn't really notice it at first. I just thought she was, just making sure everything was like how it's supposed to be. And she was like, okay, well, let me go talk to the doctor just to confirm your results or something. And this being our first pregnancy, our first anatomy scan, we didn't think anything of it. We were like, we just figured maybe this was normal. Well, when she comes back with my nurse practitioner, which is who I've seen every prenatal appointment. And she goes to tell me and Hunter that Rowan is actually missing his left kidney. She said that their machine could not pick it up, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's missing. It could just be too small for them to currently see. And of course Hunter was like, well, is this a common thing? And she said, no, it's not common. It happens about 1 in 1,000 babies or so. But of course she immediately followed up by, it's not common, but this isn't a life-threatening issue. Like, this is nothing to be like super stressed about as long as the other kidney is functioning properly. Because you only need 1 kidney to live. Many people only have 1 kidney. Like, it's not an issue as long as his right kidney is growing and developing properly. So she referred us to a specialist. They have a better ultrasound machine and stuff. And so 3 weeks after our 22-week scan, we had another one with a specialist when I was 25 weeks. We had that appointment last week, and he basically confirmed that he is 100% in fact missing his left kidney. It has not developed, it's not grown, but his right kidney is doing perfectly fine. It is growing exactly like it should be. It is creating enough amniotic fluid for him, so it's not really an issue. And as long as, it does keep developing like it's supposed to, and it is creating the amount of fluid he needs, then it's like no issue at all. It's just like, it's nothing to stress or worry about or anything like that. And we go back in at the end of August in 2 months to do another scan just to make sure, everything is still growing right and the right kidney is still functioning properly. We actually learned after our first appointment that Hunter's dad was not born with a kidney. And his dad actually only learned this a few years ago because he was having other health issues not related to missing a kidney, just, health issues you have when you get older. And they told him, hey, you only have 1 kidney. So it's actually genetic. That is why Rowan only has 1 kidney, because Hunter's genetic genes, it's just something in his family. It can be scary thinking about it. I googled before we went to the specialist. I ended up googling, and I shouldn't have done that because of course Google says some absolute worst case scenarios of, oh well, if a baby's missing a kidney then they generally have other birth defects. and stuff like that, which the specialist said everything looks perfect. Everything else, his spine looks good, his the 4 chambers of his heart look good, his brain looks good, like everything else looks perfectly fine. Literally the only flaw so far is that he did not develop his left kidney. But again, he said as long as the right one grows how it should not affect him whatsoever after he's born. It shouldn't limit his sports. It shouldn't limit anything. We are very happy. Well, not happy he's missing a kidney, but out of all the organs he could be missing, out of all the issues that could have popped up, we're glad it is something that isn't life-threatening, that isn't something we really have to worry about or monitor very closely. The specialist is going to keep track of our growth instead of my regular doctor, just because I'm not really considered high risk now, but it's still there's something they would prefer to watch over. So my next anatomy scan will be at the specialist and not with my regular doctor. But other than that, everything's been going really good. I've still had a really easy pregnancy. I have noticed in the last week I am starting to get a little bit more uncomfortable in my stomach area. I definitely feel like he's always sat really low just because I am naturally so small, but I do think he's like sitting even lower now and he's more up front, because usually he only sits like in the front of my stomach in the evening times, and in the mornings and stuff, afternoons, he's kind of tucked in more, but lately he has been more like right there, which is a little uncomfortable. But so far I'm still like able to exercise. I go to the gym with Hunter a couple times a week. I'm still able to walk on the treadmill for an hour, do whatever workouts he's doing with the machines. I still do legs. I'm able to do lunges still. I'm still able to do some ab exercises with him. I just don't push myself the same as he does, obviously. I do mine just to strengthen my core, to hopefully help when I do give birth that it won't like split my abs in half. I forget the technical term for that right now. But I'm still able to do every exercise, so that's good. I'm still able to push myself on the machines, so no food aversions. Cravings I'm still having, nothing big, kind of just whatever. Lately I feel like it's been gummy candies I really like, and ramen noodles. I've craved the entire thing pregnancy, but I've always had a thing for ramen noodles, so that's nothing different. When we did have our 22-week scan, which was a month ago, he was estimated to be weighing, I think, 1.7 pounds. So he was in the 74th percentile weight-wise. So, you know, he's a little chunkier, which is great. His head was actually in the 91 percentile and was measuring 2 weeks ahead. His stomach was in the 98th percentile. His legs were, I think, like 51 percentile. So he had like a big head, big stomach, and just like a short little femur. But of course that can change each visit. You know, he might have a big growth spurt and then just like a little growth spurt. So that changes. And I forgot to ask his measurements and stuff when we had our other scan last week. So that kind of sucked. But yeah, he's healthy. He is so far chunky. I was actually born at 28 weeks. I was only 2 or 3 pounds. I think Hunter was 7 pounds 2 ounces, which is a little, you know, it's a little on the lower side, a little under average. And I was obviously very under average because my mom had preeclampsia, so I was born at 7 months, which I couldn't even imagine delivering him right now. But so I honestly was kind of worried he would be smaller, but he's gaining weight very well. Granted, I eat a lot of protein in the mornings. You know, I eat a protein bar, I have protein yogurt, I drink a protein shake for lunch. I make sure that on my salads I have sunflower seeds for extra protein, and I try to eat a lot of protein and make sure I have my daily dose of fruits and vegetables and vitamin D, you know. So I'm very adamant on what I eat, and doing my best to get the nutrients he needs to grow. So that's just our little end of the second trimester update. He's missing an organ, but it's okay. And yeah, I'll include some ultrasound photos right here, and then I'll show y'all my baby bump, and I guess I'll just update y'all next time I think about it. I'm at 26 weeks in 4 days. This is a scratch, not a stretch mark, just saying. So far, I don't have any stretch marks, but this is what we are. And I have gained 20 pounds so far. Obviously, all of it is right here, and then I think my boobs have gone up like a cup size, maybe a cup and a half. So I haven't gained weight anywhere else, thankfully. Granted, like I said, I do work out. Yeah, I think that's it. Bye, guys.